Greetings, adventurers. We're traveling through time and unearthing ancient gems of gaming history, games that everyone has forgotten. The current entry belongs in our adventure archive. Today's game is Three Skulls of the Toltecs. Friends, there was a time before Red Dead Redemption. Yes, it's true. In the 90s, we didn't have a significant Wild West game. There were Wild Gunmen for NES, Wild Guns for the SNES, and among others, Freddy Farkas from Larry creator Al Lowe. And that was about it. The legendary Outlaws from LucasArts only came out in 1997. But then there's the ancient gem, Three Skulls of the Toltecs. A graphic adventure from the Spanish development firm Revistronic and published by Warner Interactive Europe. The game sold 200,000 copies in Europe at the time and was the first to serve the Wild West genre with an exciting story. The game is set in Arizona in 1866. The intro resembled a Nickelodeon cartoon, but was noticeably more brutal. We meet the cowboy Fenimore Fillmore, who, in the intro, saves an old peddler from a gang of attacking villains. The dying peddler hands Fenimore a golden skull and tells of a legendary treasure that can be found with the help of 2 other golden skulls. From then on, we guide Fenimore through the western landscape, exploring a sleepy village or a typical army fort. Characters like Brother Anselmo or Colonel LeConte, who are also seeking the treasure, are hot on our heels. There are wild Apache natives, French soldiers, and Mexican revolutionaries with an extremely forgetful leader. To find the treasure, it requires making smuggled whiskey, blowing up a bank safe, escaping from prison, rescuing a pianist from a well, finding and piloting a balloon, and transforming a pious monk into a brave, rebellious general.
Go ahead with your confession.
I have succumbed to desires of the flesh. I'm the biggest sinner in the universe.
Three Skulls of the Toltecs is a point-and-click adventure with puzzle elements. Shootouts and wild horse training were not commonplace at that time. Similar to LucasArts, the screen is divided into 3 sections. A central side-scrolling scene window containing characters and manipulable or findable objects. A box in the bottom left corner with various verbs: speak, pick up, give, look at, and next to it, an inventory box with all the different objects Fenimore possesses. The development of Three Skulls of the Toltecs began at Herba Software and was initiated by the 2 brothers Rodrigo and Hernan Castillo, formerly Dynamic Multimedia. They founded Revistronic to properly finish Three Skulls at the time. The game wasn't particularly conspicuous. Hernan Castillo found that it wasn't really noticed by the Spanish press. According to Gerard Masnu of Game Live PC, the game was commercially successful, though. For a Spanish adventure game, the international attention to the title was impressive. Masnu said in 2002 that no Spanish adventure has been able to match its success to this day. Pendulo Studios' Runaway didn't exist at that time. There were 2 sequel titles to Three Skulls: The Westerner, 2003, and Fenimore Fillmore's Revenge in 2008. Three Skulls of the Toltecs was re-released on GOG in June 2019. Back then, Three Skulls had captured my heart like Simon the Sorcerer. The command prompt with the verbs, the sweet cartoon graphics, and the clumsy characters appealed to my gamer heart. Unfortunately, I often got stuck due to unintuitive puzzles, and it took some looks at a walkthrough to advance the story. I still remember that the ending seemed very abrupt, and the overall length of the game could have been a bit longer. But it was one of the first cowboy PC games ever, and occasionally, I wish for Fenimore Fillmore to return in a contemporary guise with a good dose of nostalgia. What about you? Do you know Three Skulls of the Toltecs? Would you still play it today? Write it in our comments.